created the heavens and the earth. He created the sky, the sea, the land, the flowers and the plants, the animals and everything you see. It was beautiful, and he was very happy with it. Then he created man from the dust of the earth. Mankind was created in the shape of God's body, and God planned for mankind to be friends with him forever, to enjoy all that he had created, and to rule and be in charge of the whole earth. God then decided that Adam needed a mate, and so he created woman from one of his ribs. They were very happy together in the garden. They would walk and they would talk with God and enjoy his company. They would show Eve all the animals they had named and enjoy lots of swims together. Swims in the oceans, in the streams and in the rivers. They were having such a great time. Then God said to Adam,
"You can have anything you want from the Garden of Eden, but just don't touch this one tree in the middle of the garden, the tree with the knowledge of good and evil."
And so Adam passed the message on to Eve, and they went on their merry way. But in the meantime, Satan, an ex-angel of God, who had been thrown out of heaven for rebelling against the creator of the universe, the Most High God, had an evil plan. He wanted to trick Adam and Eve into disobeying God, so that it would wreck the relationship, and then Satan could have power over them and wreck their lives. He knew that God was a holy, pure, loving and just God with really high standards, and because he is so pure, like the sunlight, nothing dark or evil can live in his presence. So if Satan could trick Adam and Eve into doing something wrong by disobeying what God said for them not to do, they would be cut off from him, from heaven, and from living peacefully and happily forever. They would get tricked into choosing the dark side, and so Satan set to work. So one day, while Eve was enjoying the beautiful garden that God had made, Satan made his move. Hey Eve, you know God didn't mean what he said when he said you would die if you ate from this tree. You know the truth is, if you ate this, you would become like God yourself. You would have the knowledge just like God's knowledge, the knowledge of good and evil. Don't listen to God, you won't die. How could this delicious looking fruit ruin your life, Eve? Are you dumb enough to believe that? And instead of running like you should when you're tempted, Eve hung around and looked at the fruit in the middle of the garden. It looked yummy to eat, and she thought about how it might make her smarter. And so she fell into his trap, and she ate the fruit and gave some to Adam. And Satan danced for joy. He had tricked them. Now mankind was doomed. Adam and Eve felt ashamed. With one bad decision, they had swapped teams. Why didn't God just choose not to let them have the forbidden fruit, you may ask? God did not want robot people who did not choose to love him, but wanted people who were given a free choice to live as his friends. And so evil filled the world. The seed of evil and rebellion would be passed on from generation to generation, from family to family. There would be hate. There would be fighting. There would be stealing. There would be lying. There would be selfishness. And they would replace our true God for false gods. But at the beginning of time, God had come up with a master plan to rescue mankind from the evil hands of Satan, from living in hell with him for eternity when they die. A plan to bring them back into peaceful relationship with him and let them live forever with him in heaven. He told his messengers on earth to pronounce it.
God's people. So he's sending someone to save mankind, doing lots of miracles and save us from all the wrong things we do, so that we can go to heaven and not hell.
He had to send someone who had never been tainted with evil, someone clean from wrong and pure, and already in good relationship with God. Who would it be? So the Most High God decided he would send his one and only Son to pay the price. He would die in our place for all our wrong, so we could be friends with God again. And his name was Jesus Christ. And so Jesus was born through the Virgin Mary. He grew up and did many miracles on earth. He would heal the sick. He would raise the dead. He would heal the blind. People were amazed and wondered if this was the one that they had been waiting for to save them, like the people of God had predicted for thousands of years. And so, all the predictions from God's messengers came true. Jesus, God's only Son, representing God himself on earth, who had never done anything wrong, was placed on a cross to die for us all. Then, as predicted, 3 days later, Jesus rose from the dead, defeating Satan and taking away the power he had over the people his Father had created. And so God made a way for us to be friends with him, to have all our wrongs paid for, thanks to his Son, Jesus Christ, dying in our place. And whoever will decide to believe that Jesus died for them by admitting that they have done wrong will not go to hell when they die, but to heaven, thanks to Jesus paying the price and making a way for us to go.